everyone. I'm Rob Thomas, editor-in-chief of Club and Resort Business. Welcome to another episode of Club and Resort Talks podcast. Before we get started, I got big news. I've been teasing it for a while now on LinkedIn, but it's here. The day is here. After we get through the news here, you're going to talk about revolutionary change in golf tee time booking. I don't want to give away too much right now, but stick around. We have a terrific guest, and we're launching something new into the golf industry. So I'm excited to do it. But before I get into all that, let me tell you that today's episode is sponsored by Fiber-Built Umbrellas and Cushions. For almost 25 years, Fiber-Built has been manufacturing shade products, bases, and cushions for hotels, restaurants, country clubs, timeshares, and cruise lines. Popular models of the club market include the Signature Prestige collection with one-piece poles, heavy-duty hubs, and powder-coated and proprietary fiber teak simulated wood finishes. Other important shade products used at clubs and resorts are Cantilever Beach, Pavilion, and Cabana models. Corporate headquarters and production facilities are located in Pompano Beach, Florida, and products are shipped worldwide. Learn more at fiberbuiltumbrellas.com. We got the sponsor out of the way. Let's get into the news. I want to start by telling you about this big investment opportunity in Idaho, the Pacific Northwest. Canyon Springs Golf Course, nestled along the Snake River in Twin Falls, Idaho, is on the market with an asking price of $18.5 million. The expensive listing includes direct access to the Snake River, Centennial Park, and views of the impressive Perrine Coulee waterfall, along with amenities like a geothermal artesian well, a full-service bar, restaurant, and pro shop overlooking the Snake River and Perrine Bridge. Water rights, springs, and Idaho's highly coveted liquor license add to the property's appeal, making it an attractive recreational destination in Idaho's scenic heart. For those daredevils out there, like me, who grew up watching Evel Knievel, he once attempted to jump Snake River. I believe it was that rocket car he had. Didn't quite make it, as a lot of his stunts didn't go as well as he had hoped. But he did survive, and that is in this area right here. The next story is coming out of Baltimore County, Maryland. The county has announced a substantial $6.5 million investment to overhaul the Rocky Point Golf Course clubhouse, marking a significant shift from the usual self-funding approach managed by the Baltimore County Revenue Authority. County Executive Johnny Olszewski, I butchered his name, Jr. introduced the initiative, which will transform the decades-old clubhouse with a grill room, updated kitchen, patio seating, a pro shop, and expanded banquet service. The project is a complete renovation, a move they say aligns with the county's broader recreational investment priorities. One of the negatives there is some of the local restaurateurs are a little concerned about this potentially cutting into their business. They've struggled since COVID, like a lot of restaurants have, and the county funding an expanded grill room and restaurant at one of the courses is a bit problematic for them. Understandable. Last but not least, the 41st annual Play Golf Myrtle Beach World Amateur Championship continues to be one of the Grand Strand's most significant events, driving economic impact and exposure for the golf capital of the world. Based on Destinations International calculations, the standard in measuring effects on the communities, the World Amateur Championship generated a total economic impact of $17.1 million for the local economy, with $11.1 million in direct impact and $6 million in non-direct and induced spending. Big event there. My buddy Chris King down in Myrtle Beach, handles the PR, so I get a lot of news about that. And one of these days, I vow to get down there and play in the championship. So many golfers down there from across the world. I think they had four from Australia this time, bunch from Italy, all over Europe, and of course, mostly here. I think only 25% are actually in that area, so 75% of the people are coming in from other parts of the country or world. Big event right there, and it's got a big economic impact on Myrtle Beach, which if you haven't been there, the courses are beautiful. So much you can do from a little goat track municipal to a high-end resort course. Beautiful. So much there for everybody to experience in Myrtle Beach. I don't want to no free ads, right? This is a plug, but Myrtle Beach is beautiful. We got the news out of the way. Let's get to BK Browne and find out how he is going to revolutionize the golf industry. Take care, stay well, and have a great day. Hello, and welcome back to the Club and Resort Talks podcast. I'm joined by BK Browne, founder and CEO of SpeakSport. BK, welcome to the show.
Thanks a bunch, Rob, for having me. It's a very exciting day as we're, I guess, officially announcing the launch of SpeakSport. So appreciate you having me on and glad to educate the world.
Yeah, hey, this is big news for us, right? We don't usually get to launch things. So I'm thrilled that you're here. Before we get into the nuts and bolts, could you give us a little background?
Absolutely. So my name is BK Browne, quite literally is two letters. I am a 14-year competitive golfer with multiple years of experience working behind the counter in a golf shop and various, I guess, internship roles in golf operations. And all of that experience, as well as my background in finance and technology, and working in various large organizations like Mizuho and BlackRock, and most recently at a startup, have led me to, I guess, this place today where I'm excited to bring AI voice technology to the world of golf.
That's terrific. AI is huge and it's only getting bigger. Massive, massive in the space. And really, I mean, golf's been, I don't want to say slow to adapt because it's really not
Mhm.
been out there just yet. Could you give us a little bit of background information on what exactly this AI technology is for the golf market?
Sure. So essentially, the goal of SpeakSport is to help operators win back all those hours of time that they are spending on the phones every single day, for requests such as tee times, the miscellaneous questions from the basic information that is quite literally on the front page of their website and beyond. And it's really just meant to help them win back all that time to get streamline operational efficiencies at the club and win back time to tailor towards guests, requesting that personalized service, as well as providing revenue generating activity for the property. So it's a new, unique way to, I guess, streamline the operation and help them win back revenues and cut costs at the same time.
So new can be scary, right? How seamless is this integration with the existing T sheet and POS systems? And are there specific platforms or software technology this is optimized for?
Sure, Rob. So the integration is very seamless for the most part. As of today, we have finalized our integration with Club Caddy, and we have a couple of big name POS and T sheet providers that we are soon to be officially announcing our integration with. And the integration is pretty seamless overall. It is a API or application programming interface connection between the AI voice technology SpeakSport is providing, as well as the POS and T sheet provider. So essentially, with that integration intact, we are able to help players book, modify, and cancel the reservations 24 hours a day, as well as provide operators any customer data that we get over the phone, whether it be the full name, email address, phone number, etc., that we create a new player profile for them or add to an existing player profile within their POS system to help them capture all that customer data in a very seamless manner.
So, can this AI be customized to match branding or communication style at the club? And how does it handle like regional dialects? I mean, I've lived in Alabama, I've lived in Texas, I'm an Ohio guy, Midwest, right? So we all sound a little different. How does this AI handle that?
Yeah, it is fully customizable. So if a course requests a male or female voice, we have the ability to go either route of the two, can be kind of an older voice or a younger voice, as well as a American accent, British accent, or whatever it may be, to the course's specifications. And regarding, I guess, regional dialects, it is we've trained it for many hours to detect various accents. But although we're primarily working in English at the moment, we are going to be rolling out some additional languages for detection purposes over the coming months. So stay tuned on that.
All right, so our I don't want to be too our Korean doctors out there looking to book a tea time, right? They have a little broken English. You can handle
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely can. And if the AI is not able to detect or pick up on what they're saying, the first step is it will simply ask them to repeat themselves and then intelligibly guess based upon what they're saying as to the next step or purpose of the call. And if it is not able to understand the player, we have the ability to transfer the call back directly to the golf shop, restaurant, whatever it may be, service that they're requesting at the club, as long as that is the current option in the course's phone line.
That's terrific. I had a buddy from Australia who had a hell of a time ordering at the Taco Bell drive-through when he was here in the States. So it'll be good for people like my buddy from Perth.
Yeah.
How is player data such as booking history and payment information stored and protected, especially given the sensitive nature of these transactions?
Sure. So any data that comes in through the phone calls, we have the ability to ingest and then transfer directly back to the course's POS system and T sheet that is collectively and securely stored with them. We can also store credit card information over the phone for any new player or add that to an existing player profile within the POS system. So any and all information we collect over the phone goes straight to the operator and stored within their POS system for their security.
So I grew up on a small golf course in Ashtabula, Ohio, Maple Ridge. Very small, very intimate, but there's big clubs, there's big resorts. How does the system scale for clubs of different sizes, smaller clubs, large resorts? And are there limitations to the number of concurrent bookings or calls that can handle?
Sure. So we are able to scale to any given golf course, you name it, whether it be a small daily fee with 2,000 to 3,000 rounds per year or a large resort with 80,000. Doesn't matter. The service will operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year as long as the club is open. And operators do have the ability to toggle an on or off switch to allow the AI to tailor to those bookings or have the call be directed back to the golf shop instead, as one currently would do when booking tee times over the phone. And I guess regarding concurrent bookings, we are currently able to handle tens and tens of calls at once. Over 50 is we've actually recently gotten some feedback from operators on wanting to handle over 20 calls simultaneously, which I guess could be very useful for emergencies at the club or when there's an outing that gets canceled last minute and players are frantically requesting bookings. So there are a lot of use cases for concurrent calls, and we have the ability to tailor to any and all requests with respect to those concurrent bookings.
Well, that's terrific, terrific. AI, it's all about learning, right? Is there a learning mechanism to improve over time based on player interactions? I call every Tuesday. Does it eventually start seeing my name, my number, whatever, and recognizing me?
Absolutely, Rob. Yeah. So there are a couple different aspects of the AI learning process that are going to be key for operators to understand. The first is SpeakSport's AI voice model relies on this thing called natural language processing, which essentially understands and processes speech and then learns from data provided on those calls, as well as a continuing learning mechanism, which recognizes patterns and specific queries that the player continually calls with to continually learn and progressively get better and understand even more with every single call that's made.
So technologies, I mean, to say it's changing every day I mean, that's minor, right? It changes every minute at this point, especially with AI. Do you plan on regular system updates, enhancements, and everything?
100%. Yeah, there are so many new implementations that we have on our current roadmap. And one thing I'm extremely passionate about is speaking to operators every single day, and I'm always itching for feedback, insights, and requests on some things that have been kind of lagging in the technological world of golf. And I'm always looking to bring new innovations to the space and willing to help out any operator with any given problem they have on the mind. So there are many enhancements to come, and from requests from operators.
So, brand new technology, I imagine you're going to be able to collect a lot of data. Are player behavioral analytics provided to the operator, and how can those insights be used to improve revenue or player engagement?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are going to be providing all operators their own analytics dashboard, which will encompass a few different metrics. First and foremost, with the guys, I guess most important metric in my mind is being able to see the exact time savings per call every single day. So operators will be able to see, I guess, that full holistic viewpoint of time saved every single day, as well as a side by side revenue generation comparison from bookings from the phone versus online. And then the final piece being the purpose of each call. So they'll be able to dissect information on whether a player called about a booking, or a cancellation, or had a question about rental clubs, or wanted to book a lesson. And so they can reallocate their resources towards those questions that are coming into the shop each day, and then better prepare their staff for when the calls need to be transferred back to them in the golf shop.
So, in a perfect world, this is seamless. Nothing goes wrong, right? But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in today's world, and this is new technology. Say there's a system malfunction, hiccup in the process. What's in place that to ensure the club doesn't miss out on those tee times?
Sure. So first and foremost, any given call, although the system operates 24 hours a day, for instance, if there is any sort of malfunction, we have the ability to transfer that call directly back to the golf shop if the call is made during opening hours of the club. And if the call is outside of opening hours, whether it's a very early morning riser or someone who who they forgot about booking their tea time the next day and they wanted to call at 10 p.m. at night, right? If there is a malfunction at that time, we would take that data from the calls and then transfer that directly back to the operator in the dashboard, either in the help function or chat function, and share that information with the operator and help them store that data in their player profiles or exist in information base the very next day to prepare for the operation and limit the work on their ends in reconfirming all that data from the customer.
Ton of information. You make some terrific, terrific points, but let's get down to it, right? What's the pricing structure, right? Subscription based, per booking, one-time integration cost.
Sure. So, for a multitude of reasons, we have decided to go with a year-long subscription-based model. As many in the industry have seen, there has been some debates of late about a booking fee per player, with respect to AI or via phone or online. And we first and foremost want to provide operators visibility into what they're going to be paying for the entirety of the year, as opposed to a dollar amount per call function where they might not really understand what exactly they're paying dependent on volume at the club. And we also don't want to harm the player for the simple act of a booking. And we don't want to limit, or we don't want to provide them or offer any fees associated with the simple task of booking. As over the phone for many, many years, they would not be charged with a, I guess, booking fee. So we want to keep that in place and win back the trust of players while also giving operators that visibility and flexibility into what they're paying for the year ahead.
Great. So you got a minute on the phone with these operator or with these clubs. What are you telling them as far as the long-term financial benefits?
Sure. So first and foremost, they are going to be able to see within that analytics dashboard the ROI capabilities and all that time they're winning back every single day to then tailor towards those guests at the counter requesting personalized service and providing revenue generating activity, whether it's by reallocating their resources, contributing to more golf shop sales, etc. And in the longer term, our goal is to help operators potentially save on a salary of a part-time or seasonal staffer at the club, or potentially either reallocate that resource towards a, I guess, more significant task at the club to save them as much money possible, while earning back revenues and time via the form of lost phone calls being directed to AI, while the task or while the operator gets to focus on more operationally efficient and significant tasks for the club.
Now, you touched upon this earlier with the dialects and some of the languages and everything. Are there plans to maybe branch out into non-English speaking countries? I mean, AI is brilliant, right? AI has a quick learning mechanism. Can we go over to down in the Spanish speaking countries? Asian, can we hit Japanese and Chinese? I mean, there's golf courses all over the world, right? How big can we get?
So at the moment, in the interim, we are beginning the operation within American soil. However, we do intend to take this worldwide and be able to tailor towards any and all languages out there. Spanish will be next on the board for us, and I actually am relatively proficient in Mandarin Chinese myself. So that has been I guess, a language I've had on the mind. So other languages beyond English and Spanish soon after that will be coming soon for our American properties, and hope to expand this to across the world at a later time.
Mandarin Chinese, man. I would love to hear you order some food in little Chinatown.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable for me being based out of New York City. It's the only real opportunity I get to speak my Chinese is going out to dinner with friends and being able to order the whole meal for everybody. So it's
Oh,
nice and convenient.
that's a beautiful thing. Hey, I'll get you out on this one, right? So you could complicated booking, large bookings, large groups, last minute bookings, that kind of stuff. Your system can handle that.
Yep, absolutely. So at the moment, we are currently able to handle, I guess, up to foursomes over the phone. However, for any large booking questions, whether it's an outing or a group that wanted to book three consecutive tee times, we have the ability to transfer back to the golf shop for those instances, or input a request in the kind of help aspect of the dashboard, which will then get to the operator and have the operator either give them a personalized call or a chat message or something else to allow for those bookings outside of the typical foursome window.
So one of my traditional final question, um, I don't know if you're a pardon my take, Barstool Sports guy, the Roback question, right? RHOBACK, whatever I don't know how you spell Roback.
Yeah.
However you spell Roback. Big Cat's got it down. I don't. Crystal ball. Look in this is brand new. It's not launched yet. It's coming, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's when we
Coming
release
very
this,
soon.
it's there. Uh, 5 years down the road, what are you thinking Speak Sport's going to look like?
Sure. So 5 years down the road, we want to streamline operational efficiencies for all of recreation. I chose to start with golf because it's been a long history and part of my background, and I have a lot of pre-existing relationships with many in the industry, and I am absolutely obsessed and driven to learn from operators and provide them with any help I can provide. But I have played many recreational sports growing up and have struggled, I guess, booking my reservation seamlessly with them and having my questions answered in a timely manner. So the goal is to bring it to any and all recreational sports, whether it be rackets, pickleball, recreational tourism agencies, fitness centers, and beyond. So that is the kind of longer term vision for where SpeakSport will be in a few years' time.
Love it, love it. BK, how can people find out more information? Can they contact you directly? Is there a website we can go to?
Sure. You'll be able to go to www.speaksport.ai on the website, or find my LinkedIn, B.K.Browne. Yes, it is just two letters. And I'm consistently going to be posting on LinkedIn and sharing updates with the world on our new technology, and hope to bring it to as wide an audience as possible. And always am itching for new conversations and to be able to learn from operators in the space. So you'll be seeing this name out there quite a bit.
BK Browne, thank you very much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks a bunch for having me again, Rob, and appreciate the time.